now fresh controversies continue to swirl around Sadiq Khan's time as London Mayor. Just this weekend, it was revealed that vehicles that had been surrendered by Londoners trying to escape Ulez charges were denied from being sent to Ukraine. Next, on Tuesday, ministers threatened to strip the mayor of his planning powers if he does not agree to review a building of homes in London. And in just 6 months' time, the voters of London will give their verdict on the mayor's 8-year tenure. But is it already too late? Well, joining me now is Reform UK London mayoral candidate Howard Cox. Howard, always a pleasure. Khan's under fire. Ulez denying the vehicles going to Ukraine. Next, he's getting some stick for taking cut-price flights, business class, from United Airlines, even though he's been campaigning for ages about clean air. And now set for an 8% council tax rise to cap it all off. Yet this guy keeps seeming to get re-elected. But I put it to you, is Khan's time up?
Absolutely, it is time up. Whether it's the Conservatives winning or whether it's Reform UK winning, that man has got to go. We have to see the back of him. When I saw that letter from the mayor of Kiev, I think he's Vitaly Klitschko, he actually asked for, this is a good idea, you're getting rid of a load of vehicles, and most of them have passed their MOT. They just don't meet the standards that Sadiq Khan has put in place dishonestly. And as far as I'm concerned, what a great idea. Very creative. And I think every single one of those should be filled up with medical supplies and driven over there to help what's happening in the Ukraine. But guess what? That man used a stupid little detail, in a legal detail, to say it's not going to benefit the London issues in terms of the environment, etc. I was sickened by this, and that man must go. And my inbox, Martin, is actually overflowing with people saying, for God's sake, get rid of that man.
Now, you would say that, of course, you're standing against him. But what about this this issue around the flights to America? Again, it's the double standards, isn't it, that people seem to pick up on. Here's a guy that charges £12.50 a day to drive our car, yet is happy to promote United Airlines on a business jolly to New York.
Well, absolutely right. I mean, one of those jets actually contributes more emissions than something like 3,000 diesel vehicles. But, you know, this is the man who is actually saying to us, we're killing children. You know, that's totally wrong. We're not killing children. London now is something like the 14th cleanest city in the world. Those are the sorts of statistics. But he's still putting out right to Greater London, Ulez expansion, and charging £12.50 in an area which doesn't need clean air. It doesn't need clean air, but it doesn't need cleaner air because it's already clean. The problem we have, Martin, is this man is absolutely untouchable, it seems. And that's the problem. And I'm saddened by the Tory opposition for 8 years have allowed him to get away with this.
But do you think that that might change this time around? I mean, I speak to people all the time in cars. Drivers, especially cab drivers, just feel pinned to the ground. They feel that the war on motorists is costing them their livelihoods.
Absolutely right. And as you know, every black cab driver has always got some sage-like advice, and I listen to them all the time. And all the things, their lives are being destroyed, not just economically, but socially. Some taxi drivers have to work something like 50% more hours to get the same income they used to get, all because of pinch points, LTNs, the whole aspect of being diverted all over the place. And not being allowed to go down bus lanes, all those sorts of things. Those guys, and it's more than that, it's also other sole traders, small plumbers, electricians, who are not going to come into London anymore, even just to do a quote, because that costs them money just to find a quote when they might not get the business, because their business, they have to put the money back on for the client.
OK, Howard Cox, thanks for joining us on the show. And of course, Sadiq Khan would say that the clean air measures are necessary to keep clean air in the capital, and that difficult choices have to be made and they can impact people even when they're the poorest in society. He's not here to defend himself.